What is up, guys? My name is Ozzy, and you are watching Bottled in Bond. Alright, guys, thank you for tuning in. And this is what I like to call Monday Madness. I got my boy over here, Sephiroth, joining in. He's not gonna be doing nothing, never mind. Today, on Monday Madness, we are going to be talking about a really nice bottle from Wild Turkey. What I'm sipping on right here is it's actually Evan Williams. This is Evan Williams 1783. This particular bottle is actually an 86 proof at 43% ABV. It's not my go-to. Regularly, my Evan Williams bottles is just a regular, like I spoke before, $9, $10, $12 bottle, 4-year. But this is actually 1783 from Evan Williams. For those of you guys who do know me very well, you do know that whenever I drink what I like to call cheap bourbon, but good bourbon, I like to put a few ice cubes in there. I get a lime. I squeeze the lime juice into the ice cubes, throw the lime in there. I sprinkle a little salt. I pour the actual amount, sometimes 2 to 3 shots, to be honest. And then I pour just a little bit of water and mix it up. It's just more of a sour taste to the whiskey. I really enjoy drinking it that way. Whenever I don't want to mix it with anything else, or I don't want to drink it neat or just simply on the rocks because of the flavor. The flavor's not really there. I like to mix it like this, and in my opinion, it tastes pretty good. Let's go ahead and talk about this bottle right here. Okay, so this is Russell's Reserve. It's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Just like I said, I was going to talk about. This is a 10-year bottle. Okay, so Russell's Reserve. The reason why it's called Russell's is because it's going off of Jimmy Russell and Eddie Russell. So I actually got a chance to meet Jimmy Russell the last time that I was at a Wild Turkey distillery in Kentucky. Really nice guy. He was out there talking to different people that buy the Wild Turkey brand, enthusiasts and all that. And we were in the gift store. This was after doing the distillery tour itself, and I got a chance to talk to him real quick. We share a couple words, and he signed one of my bottles, which is actually this one that's right here, and it's signed by himself, Jimmy Russell. I'm not sure if you can see that. Like I said, really nice guy. So this bottle itself is 10 years, right? It's at 45% alcohol, so that's the ABV, the alcohol by volume, and it's at 90 proof. So let's talk about the distillers.com website, right? This website, what they like to do is they like to break it down, like I spoke on the previous video. So the way they break it down is they break it down by a 100-point scale, right? And as I'm showing right here, if you notice, they break it down on very poor quality, good quality, very high quality, average, below average. So just so you know, whenever I rate my bourbons, I do go off of that same scale, but if you read at the bottom, one of the things that they do say is they do not base it off price. So here in Bottled and Bond, what I like to do is I do like to base it off price. Why? Because I'm not going to rate a bourbon that is really, really, really good just because of its price. If it tastes like crap to me, I'm going to tell you, hey, this tastes like crap. I'm sorry you just wasted $120 on this bottle. And if it's a $15 bottle and it's amazing, I'm going to rate it off of that too. I'm rating it off of the shelf, pretty much. So if it's a mid shelf bourbon, I'm gonna rate it off of the mid shelves. That being, it's a mid shelf that costs $15 and it's a mid shelf that costs $39. All right, this particular bottle does cost $39. Well, it's about $38. This is after taxes, depending on where you buy it. As I stated earlier, what state and what store you go into based off the taxes and all that, you're looking at about 38 and some change. One of my buddies recommended for me to rate it on a scale from 1 through 10, and I do agree with him. He's a very smart guy, and he said rate it on a 1 through 10 on the sniff and the actual smell that you get off of the flavors, in the aroma, and then also base it off of the flavor and then the aftertaste, the after effect, right? So that's what I'm gonna do today. Distillers.com, they rated this bottle at a 92. All right, all of their experienced enthusiasts, bourbon drinkers, whiskey drinkers that they have, they rated this bottle at a 92 out of 100, which means that is very high quality. So today we're gonna go ahead and try that out. But before I do that, need to go ahead and drink some water and get rid of this taste so that I can actually experience the actual taste of that. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, here I am, I'm back. Let's go ahead and try Russell's. So this bottle is pretty neat because the actual top of it is wood, as opposed to the Knob Creek that I rated last week. Okay, so this bottle has a wooden top and it's just wrapped with plastic as opposed to the wax that the other one had. It doesn't seem like if it has a area where you can actually just open it. This has a distinct smell to it, and it's slightly different from the smell that I got from Knob Creek from last week. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in a regular glass. Once again, as I stated last week, I'm gonna pour more than usual just because I want you all to see the coloring. Last week's Knob Creek bottle was rated at a 9-year, even though it wasn't on the label. That's what they originally began to promote when the bottle first came out. This one's at a 10, and they have not taken away the 10-year. If you look at it, similar to the Knob Creek, very dark, caramel-like. All right. So this does smell a lot stronger than the Knob. Just sniffing it, I can man, I pick up different things. Always the nuttiness. You know, I'm gonna have to be honest. I did say that these reviews were gonna be pretty honest, and oh man, this almost smells like acetone. Oh, it's very strong in the nose. It's really hard for me to get past that acetone. It's very acetone. So this bottle is like I said, it's a $38 bottle roughly, and distillers.com rated it at a 92. It has $2 signs for its price value, and I want to say that reviewers rated it at about 3 point, if I'm not mistaken, 3.7, 3.5, somewhere around there on distillers.com. This is reviewers that go in there and actually give their own review. So let's go for it. Not as smooth as I thought it would be. It is, so here's the thing. It is smooth, but it's not as thick. So the Knob Creek from last week had more flavors. All right, this one is more mellow. For lack of a better term, it tastes watered down. So obviously, the Knob Creek was at 100 proof, right, which made it a 50% ABV. This one is at a 90 proof, and it is at a 45. But it's not at a 40, and this one tastes like it's at a 40. It's still strong. It does have a good flavor. You can definitely drink this neat and not be disappointed. But if I was drinking this, I'd probably be drinking it like this. I'm gonna be honest. I get it. You know, it's not a $12 bottle. It's $38 bottle. But to be honest with you, this is probably something you're gonna have to mix. I'm not gonna say that I am an expert when it comes to this, which is why I made this channel. I made this channel strictly so that you guys can get a better sense of, especially the people that watch this and know who I am, know me in person. By the way, thank you. Especially if I work with you in the Marine Corps, and if you're watching and I work with you outside of the Marine Corps after I exit, thank you. I really appreciate your support, viewing this channel, reviewing this channel, leaving me comments, giving me the likes, subscribes, and all that. This is a more honest review than anybody else who's out there, on distillers.com, on the other couple channels that I've reviewed, that I've gone into and actually researched. It's just not there. I almost feel like putting this down and saying, hey, I'm not gonna drink this, but I want to stick to this just because I got rid of that taste already, and I wanna stick to this so that you get an honest 100% review. So here's the thing, all right? On a sniff test, if I had to go from 1 through 10, like my buddy mentioned that I should do, and I completely agree, I really like and appreciate the critique that a lot of the viewers give me. So I'm gonna go with his critique, and I'm gonna take it to heart because I appreciate that. On a sniff test from 1 through 10, believe it or not, I have to give this one a 3. I did not like the smell of it at all. Straight up acetone, just alcohol, and it just wasn't there for me, right? Maybe it's a bad day, maybe I'm getting a case of the Monday Madness or whatnot, but it just wasn't there. On a taste review, right, I'm gonna have to put it in the 70s. I'm gonna have to give this one an average. And I know that if anybody that reads up on Distillers website, if you agree with them, then we're gonna be in disagreement now, right? Unfortunately, and I apologize, but this is my personal opinion based off my palate, based off my experiences, what I've had, what I've tasted, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to give it a 70. So here's the thing, 70s, if I'm gonna rank it based off the way Distillers does it, 70s puts it at an average. And I like Wild Turkey, I really do. I've had a couple of their bottles. I've had their 101, their regular, so I'm gonna have to put it at 70. Luckily I'll give it a good 78. So based off distillers.com, it's almost at the breaking point of average, and going on to the good, it's a good bourbon. What I'm gonna do a little different is I brought along with me just a very slight amount of water, almost like a capful, as I described on the first show. And I'm gonna put this on here to try to open up the flavors, see if it gives it a different taste. Maybe changes my mind from that 78. So we'll see. It's different. It's a different smell, and you smell more of the oak in it. So here's my thing, right? That did open up. You'd be surprised how much a little bit of water changes the flavor of the bourbon. And to some people's palates, it may make it worse, it may make it better. For me, it actually made it better. It does taste a lot more smooth. You can get more of the flavors on there. And I will break it off of that 78, all right? Just because I added a splash of water in there. All right, I'll bring it over to an 82. It's just not, it's not as good, in my opinion, as Knob Creek. It's still pretty good, guys. All right, at $38, it's still a recommended buy. Russell's Reserve, Jimmy Russell and Eddie Russell, 10 years, really good bottle. Definitely try it out. If you're the type of bourbon drinker that likes to drink their bourbon with Coke or any other product, such as a whiskey sour, or you like to do it the way I do it, then by all means, great whiskey. Good whiskey to mix. Maybe you have a different, honest opinion about this. Go ahead and put it in the comments below if you do. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a rating of a bottle that I'm not going to review. And today's bottle on Monday Madness is actually a bourbon from Bogue. It's Bogue Sound Distillery. All right, John A.P. Connolly, American small batch bourbon whiskey distilled from grains. This is at a 52.5% alcohol by volume and 105 proof. I forget how much this bottle cost. I want to say it was in the 30s, if I'm not mistaken. But this is from Bogue, North Carolina, very close to me right now as I'm still here in North Carolina. I'm not too fond of it. It was sweet. So I tried it first. I had it neat and I was like, I had it on the rocks. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I figured, let me just mix it the way I do my Evan Williams, right? The sweetness of it was overpowering the lime and the salt itself. That's how sweet it was. I'm not gonna knock this bottle off just because of the sweet flavor that it had. I'll still keep it at a average rating, but unfortunately I'm still gonna have to give it a 72, pretty low 72, just because I wasn't too excited about it. Definitely, if you want me to review a bottle this Friday, by all means leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Go ahead and give this video a like if you enjoyed what you watched. subscribe if you have not subscribed so you can get all notifications. Hit the bell as well, and you'll be catching me on our next episode this Friday when we will be reviewing yet another bottle. My name is Ozzy. This is Bottled and Bond. This is Bottled and Bond. Thanks for watching. Cheers.